She wandered the streets, broken and abandoned, looking for a place to rest forever. But fate had something else in store for her. This is the real story of Santa, a dog who defied all odds and was born again. There are moments in life that break your heart, and then there are moments that ignite hope. Santa's story is one of those rare tales that begins in darkness, but ends with the brightest of lights. It all started when a kind-hearted homeowner saw a dog lying on the street, unable to move, her body frail and covered in fleas and ants. She knew this poor soul needed help, so she built a small wooden shelter to protect her from the relentless sun. But she also knew that this was not enough, so she called us, desperate to save a life. When we arrived, we found Santa in a desperate state. She was so weak, her body frozen from the cold, and every breath she took seemed like a struggle. Her front left leg was completely rotten, eaten away by years of neglect and untreated wounds. It was clear she had been abandoned. No dog, especially a hunting dog like her, would normally end up as a stray unless something had gone terribly wrong. I remember lifting her in my arms, and the first thing I felt was how cold her body was. My heart sank as I feared she might be dying from hypothermia. The hour-long drive to the clinic felt like the longest of my life. Every breath she took seemed more shallow than the last, and I couldn't help but feel an overwhelming sense of anxiety. Each moment was critical. When we arrived at the clinic, Santa's condition was dire. She had severe malnutrition, a body riddled with millions of fleas, and a leg that was beyond saving. We named her Santa because, despite her suffering, there was something about her that still held on to the spirit of life. She deserved a second chance, a new beginning. Our team immediately got to work, running blood tests to check for any parasites, and starting her on antibiotics and painkillers. Her front leg was so badly infected, it was beyond repair. But that wasn't all. Santa also had a serious infection in her reproductive system. An ultrasound confirmed she had pyometra, a life-threatening condition. Her blood values were dangerously low, and she would need a transfusion before undergoing surgery. The next day, Santa underwent two major surgeries. Her leg was amputated, and we treated the pyometra. The surgeries were a success, far beyond our expectations. The pain that had tormented Santa for so long was finally over. Her past, full of suffering, was now behind her. And from that moment on, she began a new chapter in her life, a journey of healing and recovery. Just 3 days later, Santa was discharged from the hospital and placed in a temporary home where she could continue her recovery. She was a fighter, with an appetite that could rival any dog, and her spirit was undeniable. She was alive, she was strong, and every day she grew more and more relieved. But there was still work to be done. Walking was a challenge, and she needed regular follow-up visits to the vet. We returned to the clinic to have her stitches removed, and the doctors were thrilled with her progress. Santa had started physical therapy to help her strengthen her muscles and improve her mobility. 2 months later, Santa was unrecognizable from the dog we first found on the street. She was running, playing, and full of life. Her energy was boundless, and she had made incredible progress. Santa had found her way to a new life, surrounded by love and the promise of endless happy days. Today, Santa lives with me and the other dogs, free from the pain and suffering that once consumed her. She is a living testament to resilience, to the power of love, and to the incredible transformations that can happen when a soul is given a second chance. Santa's journey is a reminder that no matter how dark the past, there is always hope for a brighter future. She may have been abandoned, but now she's living a life full of love, freedom, and joy. This is the power of a second chance. Thank you for being a part of Santa's incredible journey. Your support and love make stories like this possible. Together, we can continue to give these animals the hope and the second chances they deserve. Stay with us for more inspiring stories of resilience, and remember, every life saved matters.